I grew up in an old farmhouse that my mother had also grown up in. We all slept in bedrooms upstairs and would often hear heavy footsteps coming up the stairs at night. My mom heard the same thing when she was growing up. We called our ghost John, after the man that built the house. He was mostly friendly, doing small things like turning on and off lights, playing the piano at night. TV would turn on to static in the middle of the night and sitting on people's beds while we slept. Things turned frightening for me when he once pulled my sister's ponytail when she was sleeping. The worst was when I was sleeping in my room. I heard a huge crash. I got the courage to turn my light on as I heard my dad walking down the hall to my room. When I turned on the light, I saw that my tall dresser that was along the wall had completely flipped upside down in the middle of the room. Now, I'm no physics major, but I do not understand how it could have landed on its top. We had no explanation for it, and I ended up sleeping on my parents' floor that night. When I go stay as an adult, I still won't sleep in that room. I sleep on the couch on the first floor, directly below that room, and I can hear movement going on in the room above me. It doesn't help that every time I sleep there, I have sleep paralysis, mostly about a woman crawling out of the ceiling towards me. My son was 2 when we stayed once, and he got to stay in a room by himself. We woke up in the middle of the night to him crouched down on the floor. We didn't bring it up again until about a month later. We were scheduled to go back for another visit. I asked him if he was excited to sleep in his own room again, and he said, "Yes, but I don't like the goats. Not nice goats. Scary goats with red eyes. There were 2 of them, and one jumped on my bed. Now we all sleep piled together in one room."
I used to work at a daycare where I met a new coworker who quickly became a close friend. We would go to lunch together regularly, and I looked forward to going to work because of her. However, one day when she was talking about her husband, I couldn't shake a heavy feeling surrounding his name, like a dense fog. Every time she mentioned him, I couldn't help but think, isn't he dead? I swear I thought he died. I felt guilty for having these thoughts and couldn't understand why I kept thinking he was already gone. As Halloween approached, my friend was missing from work, and when I asked around, I couldn't get a clear answer. It wasn't until 3 days later that I learned her husband had passed away in a car crash the day before Halloween. I was confused because I could have sworn he had already died. When someone sent me a link to her husband's GoFundMe page and I saw his picture, I couldn't shake the feeling that he was destined to die. Whether it was in the crash or due to something else, I immediately thought of illness. This experience still puzzles me to this day. I wish I could understand it on a spiritual level. But I am not a spiritual person, so I can never fully understand the meaning behind it. I stopped working there sometimes after COVID. I have always wanted to reach out and tell her about it, but I don't want to cause her any more painful memories. I went to a friend's to babysit one day. She was only going to be out for a couple hours. Both of the kids had an eventful day, so they were already asleep. She went out and said soon someone else would be coming by because she had a friend staying from out of state. She never said what they looked like or anything. 20 minutes passed and I drifted off to sleep. When I woke up, I saw someone in the kitchen. I said, "Oh, hello. You must be person's name, friend. I'm the babysitter." They looked at me, said nothing, and vanished. A few minutes later, one of the kids woke up and went to use the restroom and came back. I didn't say what happened or anything, and they said, my friend was helping watch me. They just wanted you to know that they aren't mom's friend. I got chills. I said, "Oh, okay, go back to bed, okay? Your mom should be home soon." About 10 minutes passed and the mom was expecting, knocked on the door. The friend? Was a Catholic priest there to take away the demon. Thanks for telling me. When the mother came back, me and the priest spoke about what happened. She paid me extra to keep it quiet. I never spoke about it with anyone else, obviously with Reddit being anonymous, but yeah, she paid me $100 for an hour to not talk about this demon in her house that helped watch her kid.
My wife and I moved in to our house. We started hearing footsteps regularly. We'd hear doors open and close. We'd hear the sound of the front door deadbolt. Various items would randomly disappear and reappear. One day, I was becoming frustrated and said, "If you don't give me my hat back, I'm bringing a Catholic priest in to exorcise the home." We heard the sound of something hitting the floor, and my fucking hat literally dropped to the floor from the air. Our bedroom pillows also went missing for like a week, and I was hanging up clean laundry in our closet, and when I came out, my wife said, "Where'd you find the pillows?" I told her I didn't. I looked at the bed, and the pillows were propped up vertically. We only placed them horizontally, as if someone wanted us to notice they were there. They were not there when I stepped into the closet to hang up clothes. We've also heard voices, clapping. Sensor-connected lights turn on when nobody is near them. Dogs freak out, barking violently at nothing, fairly regularly. Things have calmed down ever since I talked to whatever it is. I told it, "I understand you've been here longer than we have. But we work really hard to pay for and maintain this place. If you want to continue to stay with us, you'll have to stop moving out belongings and disturbing us. Otherwise, we'll have to save and exorcise the house." IDA what to make of it all.
I was a cleaner in a senior's dementia living facilities, and there was a woman who had like lots of crosses and Bibles. She didn't say much, but she liked me and would smile and want to interact, wanting to push my cleaning cart and garbage and laundry carts with me, and often she would say boo. She died after I was there for a couple years, and a new woman moved into her room. Nice lady, very old and friendly, and when I clean people's rooms, sometimes they want to chat and talk a little bit. Anyway, so I knock and come in, and I'm cleaning, and she's talking to me about how I'm like a wizard and I clean the room so good and fast, and I'm telling her I've been doing it for a few years now, and she starts talking about the book she's reading, and we are just having a nice conversation. As this happens, a picture falls off the wall and smashes the glass, and it's kinda weird, but it happens. So I clean it up and leave the room. Right after this, it was time to take the garbage to the basement. So I load up the garbage bin and start collecting from the next unit. It's after lunch now, so most people are in bed, and the workers are having their meeting, so there is no one around, and on my life, I swear I heard boo. I looked around and still no one around, and I thought that it sounded like the lady who had the room before, but it was this realization. I just couldn't believe it. It was like she was jealous of this other woman and ended our conversation by knocking the thing off the wall, and then followed me with the garbage bin like she did before. It seemed so strange.